under the it's called the Apex You're My Best Friend and I Just Help You Out to Go Places sponsorship.
Okay,
So
I'll
it's
sponsor
more
the
like
players. I'm gonna pay y'all in peanut butter jelly sandwiches. If y'all niggas get hungry, I got you. Everything else is on you. All I ask is that you wear like a visor cap with my name on it and my face.
All right, Johnanthan, you're not allowed to leave. Nobody's allowed to leave. But I'm going to drop this call.
All right.
Nobody is going to be on this call but me and Rolando from VXG.
Ooh, the important people.
No, just an issue
that
needs to be dealt with.
Now, are these going to be the real issues or the issues, my brother?
It's going to be the real issues.
That's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm loving this show, man. That's what's up.
I'm just saying, Rolando was nice to me, so that's all I gotta say is Rolando was always good to me. So
I agree too, Rolando.
How about this? You guys hang on. Just let him talk.
Hey, I'm
I'll put it on mute.
I'm muting.
There you go. Everybody mute.
Got it.
My main man, Rolando. How in the hell are you?
Hey, what's going on, man? Everything cool?
Everything's good. Everything's good. Quiet. Little shitty end to the new year, but
shitty end. How? What happened?
With Nelson
passing away. Big fireworks and dropping the ball on Times Square and all that good stuff.
No. Did you hear about Remix?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, man. Yeah, that's right.
It was very sudden, but I mean.
Yeah, I read. I actually found out pretty late myself, because I've been very busy here on the island, and it's high season now, so there's a lot of work going on. And I kind of found it actually right before the new year. I was like, wow, where have I been? And that's really sad to hear about that, man. My condolences to the entire FGC and all his friends and stuff on that.
Yeah, it was definitely. I hung out with him the night before. For the first time,
wow,
for the first time, 2 years he's been asking me to come over, and I'm like, nah, I'm busy. For some reason, I just so happened to be passing his house. I hit him up. I'm like, what are you doing? I said, I'll pick up some beers. I went over there. First and only time I hung out with him outside of a tournament.
Yeah, man. Everything happens for a reason, boy. So it's good you got to be with him in those final moments. But yeah, that's always rough, man. And like I said, we always have to get a little shock once in a while, I guess, for whatever reason someone goes, but it's never nice no matter what anyone's going to say, or they're in a better place, or everything happens for a reason. It never feels good, and it's just going to take some time for people to feel better. But yeah, man, sorry about that to everybody. My condolences on that.
So let's get right to it. What's been going on?
Ah, boy. Well, everything's been pretty crazy the last couple months for us. I mean, of course, people know by now there's been some delays with a part of the payment. I wouldn't say the majority of the prize payments towards VXG. I don't want to spend too much time here either because, I mean, you got 3 great tournaments coming up in the U.S., so those guys need the time to really talk about their tournament. Great trailer for Defender North, by the way. I was laughing my ass off. That was really cool. And I know Apex last year was one of the funnest tournaments I've ever been to, and I'll actually gotta say that of all the TOs, and I love my Biggie and everyone, but Alex, Strive did treat me really, really, really well over there. So shout outs to him. I know Apex coming up again, and all the other tournaments and stuff. So I'm not gonna be too long, but tomorrow, we decided it was difficult for us to put out a statement because all of us, of course, have our work and holidays and all that stuff. But we managed to put out a statement, which we sent to Event Hubs today. And they're going to be publishing it tomorrow to kind of come up with the facts because there's a lot of stuff floating around out there that's not completely true. Yes, indeed, not all players haven't been paid the prizes for VXG. And it's very, very unfortunate that has been the case. It pretty much boils down to a lot of bureaucracy and red tape for us. You see, I'll be honest, man, like things have grown so fast for VXG over the last 5 years. We're learning to have to deal with a lot of new things that we've never had to deal with before. I mean, this year we went through an audit for the first time ever. And I don't know, James, you might be more experienced with how that goes down. And
better show every receipt for everything you ever did.
Know how that can be, and it was really rough, and it's not rough in the sense of if things don't balance out and stuff. Everything's fine financially with the organization, but the process of getting it done and it being a prerequisite for a lot of sponsorships was something that we did really underestimate, and a couple other things. So as a result of that, our kind of financial planning got thrown out of the loop. Up until this point, and we put the exact facts and figures out there for everyone to double check, VXG has paid out 65% of all prizes, which amounts to $41,000 that has already been paid out. So I don't want people thinking that, you know, we haven't paid anything or anything. That's far from the truth. The bad part about it, and which I personally, and I apologize to these people especially about it, is that some players, in the process of the payouts coming out, some players did not receive anything at all. Some players received all their money. Some people received part of it, and so on. So it's kind of created a situation where some people were feeling like they were being treated unfairly, and I'll definitely say that's the case. And I think that's the most unfortunate part. I think if payments went out equally to everyone at the same time, it probably would have been a little easier for the players to deal with. And yeah, so that's what happened there. And especially, you know, like I gotta admit, ChrisG and PRR are the ones that are owed the most right now. So we're dealing with them directly on a solution, you know, in contact with them. Particularly PRR has been, you know, very helpful and patient and stuff, and looking for a solution, you know, like, you know, a regular payment schedule, stuff like that we can work with. What's that?
Devil, your mic.
Oh.
There you go.
So yeah, so pretty much what it boils down to is that once we continue to do what we got to do with our sponsorships, I mean, we were planning to start marketing in January. Obviously, that has fallen behind a bit. Normally, like last year, we started a little earlier. We started like around November, I think was our first qualifier. But we decided that, you know, we kind of we went in really big last year. You know, we flew out 46 people to the event. We supported a lot of different events up there, and it's really unfortunate for me personally that you know, that I would hate that this situation overshadows everything that we have achieved. You know, getting almost 400 people to our island in slow season, helping the economy there, you know, getting all of you guys to know about our island that probably never even knew it existed before, you know, showing, you know, so many people a good time on the island, giving them a well-deserved vacation, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's really sad that we've been, you know, because pretty much VXG's fault in an oversight, that it seems that that's going to overshadow things, at least in the FGC.
Not necessarily. You know, my personal opinion is, look, you know, people got frustrated, obviously. You know, it obviously exceeded the time that they were told they were going to get the money. You've been in contact with people. Obviously, everybody should understand that you don't just sit at home and play games all day. You actually got to go do a job. So it's not something that, you know, you have control of, nor, you know, is it something that you should really have to shell out of, like, your own pocket, you know. But the fact of the matter is, the damage that's done can be undone. You know, like I said, coming on shows like this, just, you know, the event, talking to the people, you know, yeah. You're talking about a bunch of guys, you know, like, for example, we'll use Fchamp as an example. This Nelson dude fucked him and just went MIA. You know, but as long as you're engaged with people, you know, they don't think you're pulling a Nelson.
I always tell the gamers that, man, come on, guys, like, you know my Facebook. I ain't pulling that kind of move, delete my Facebook and blocking people and all kinds of stuff. No, I'm right there. Most of them have my phone number. You know, I even told some of them, you know, if just call me anytime if you need an update or whatever. I've given people more information that probably I even should have given at this point. But just because I want to create that kind of comfort level where people know that it's definitely not the kind of situation where VXG just, you know what, fuck it, we're not playing. Nah, it's not that kind of thing. Because not only on the organization itself, but just from a personal level, I don't want to ever be associated with something like that. Because, you know, I put my neck on the line going out marketing this event, and I'm a person of my word. I don't ever want it to be that this shapes up where we continue to do this event, but just ignore those gamers that we're not paid. That's not something that would ever happen. Now, if I can just kind of take off the VXG hat for a moment, and I can just give you some real talk, talking from Rolando, Brison,
Yeah.
I told you guys what VXG is going to say. You want the exact statement tomorrow. What I'm going to say henceforth is Rolando, Brison, the worst Blanca Street Fighter player in the history of mankind, the 0-2 champion, the gamer. That's all I'm talking right now. For me personally, I think I can bear with some of the criticism for certain people. From others, it's a hard pill to swallow. Because, like I said, I feel a bit disappointed that it will come to the situation where, where we've done all of this, we flew in so many people, we took care of them over here, we showed them the time of their life, and now it boils down to you missing maybe $500 or $600 from your total prizes, and that's cause for you to go out and put stuff on blast. As a gamer, I'm telling you, that does not do anything for your scene. I personally think it's something where you have to ask yourself, are you going to just say, well, I'm going to put this organization on blast, but who is that really hurting? VXG still here. I personally, I'm going to be okay and all of that, but the other side of things is, who are you really putting on blast? I think the FGC also has to look at it and see, listen, you've got to exhaust every single option, and I don't think you've exhausted every single option. If I'm here talking to you on a regular basis on Facebook, you got my phone number, you got my Skype, and all of that, and I'm telling you, hey, you're going to get paid. You've seen some payments coming out. You've received a large part of your money and so on. A guy like ChrisG who hasn't received the majority of his money, okay, I understand. I don't want to hear that from Fchamp. I definitely don't want to hear that from Fchamp. Me personally, VXG can hear it from everyone else. Me personally, do not tag It's Your Boy Rolando in your bullshit. I don't want to hear it. Because I got nothing to do with like his whole reasons for coming to VXG and what he spent over here and how much he lost gambling and all that stuff. That's not on me. Don't put me in that picture. Okay? Everyone else, I understand, you contact me, and here's my thing too, James. And me and you, this is why me and you have always been good. We talked for a long time in St. Martin. We talked a lot when we were in the States together.
Yeah.
I'm always real. I always try to keep it real with people. What I don't like is if when you tell me something in my face, and then later I found out that actually you're the one that's been plotting to stab me in the back the whole time. That's also not something I like very much. You know what I mean? And it's kind of disheartening, again, as a gamer personally, when that happens. I can understand you can hate the organization, or be upset that you get paid late and so on, but don't make it personal. You can try to make it personal. I told a lot of these people, do not feel like I own VXG. I don't own VXG. I'm not even the president of VXG.
You work for it.
The vice president of VXG. I do it because I love the organization and I love the event. I went out there because I'm the most experienced international marketer in the team, because that's what I do for a living. But by no means am I the person. And if I chose, which I did, I'll be open about it, I went into my own pocket and paid a lot of funds because I did not want to wait on sponsors, but at the same time, I didn't want to pressure sponsors in a in a certain way, like, listen, you need to pay now because these gamers want their money now. I didn't want to do that either. I had to find a good balance. Now, I have confidence in my sponsors, so I said, you know what? I have some disposable income here. Here we go, But to feel that, I went that far and, still turn around and get that kind of feedback from someone like that is like, yo, nah. That's disheartening for me, personally. Again, I am in no way condoning and trying to justify anything that VXG has done. If VXG has paid late, it's 100% wrong. What needs to be done is that the players need to be not only be paid, and in my opinion, be compensated on top of that as well. And that's something that is also mentioned in the statement. I think that's something that everyone has to realize, and everyone in my team and so on has to understand that this is going to come with a consequence, and it's going to take us some time to win back over the FGC. The problem is when people go out like that, does the organization even want to win back over the FGC? Or do we just want to do what everyone else is doing and just go to Riot Games and be like, hey, Riot, we have a great beach tournament to do here. You can come here and do your tournaments and just pay us a little fee and go do your thing, and we'll cover hotel and expenses and stuff like that. Yeah. Like, I don't want to do that, man. I told you guys from the start, I love the FGC. I love fighting games. I'm a fighting game player. That's why I tried to invest a lot in what we did in the FGC. And I'm hoping that we can continue. But it's going to be hard.
I mean, it's definitely going to be work. I mean, it's a cut that's not to the point where surgery is needed, but it needs to be stitched up. You know, and it's going to leave a little bit of a scar. And you know, had the payments flowed the way they were anticipated to flow, people would obviously be more receptive next year. But you know, it's. You know, my thing is, you know, and I've had people reaching out to me, including Fchamp, you know, what's going on? You know, what's going on? And, you know, I mean, Fchamp told me straight up, I've been biting my tongue because you asked me to. He says, you believe in Rolando? I said, yeah. I said, Rolando isn't the guy who's writing these actual checks. I said, he can't, you know, just like you can't go to your sponsor and say, write a check to JamessMK because he talked about our product. They're going to go, well, who the fuck is JamessMK? They don't know there is a disconnect from the people who write the checks to the people who receive the checks. Basically, you're the guy that's passing them back and forth between them.
Right. And it's not, listen, don't get me wrong. It's not to say they don't have a right to be upset or they have a right to say whatever they want. I'm just saying, if you're going to be upset with the organization, this is my problem. Why are you going to say Rolando's full of shit? Tell me where I am full of shit. That's what I want to do, because now you're calling me out.
Okay, Rolando, I came on only to say this because that's kind of the question I'm going to answer. It's something I said to you back at ECT. Basically, a lot of people look at you and see you as just VXG. They've never met Wendell. They never met any of the other people. You know what I'm saying? They never met any of these guys. The only people that they see and they hear are you. That's it. And I said this to you before. You are pretty much the face of VXG. So it's like, basically, if something bad happens with Empire, people shit on Triforce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true. I guess you could say it's kind of self-inflicted because I was out there a lot, kind of just doing my job.
Yeah, instead of you trying to sit in there and like bring out the others so that this way they can see and hear these other people, it's just you. This is something me and you've talked about on my couch. We talked about this at ECT. We talked about this when I was in St. Martin. You can't, if you're going to take a lot of heat because the only people see are you.
That's true. I guess it's fair. I mean,
now you also got to think of it this way, Rolando. And you know, I've met everybody over there. You're the one that's as close to the FGC. Like, I don't see, you know, Wendell's a great dude, but I don't really see him being able to come on my show and shoot the shit like you have in the past.
Well, that's true, and that's why I'm here right now again, because I'm always the person, you know, let's say Dylan and Wendell, those guys will draft up the statement that you're going to see on Event Hubs tomorrow. Like I said, I'm a type of guy always tries to keep it real. So I just talk, you know, off the top of my head, and like I said my little part, you know, early on, and now I'm just talking as a gamer here, and I hope everybody can just kind of make that distinction. I know it's hard to make that distinction, because like Andre said, it's true, yeah, everyone makes that automatic association. I try sometimes to at least have the opportunity to just be a human being and not have to always wear the hat and just give you the prepared statement, so to speak. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to do that right now, because if that's the case, then I'll just, come on, hey, James, we have a statement coming out tomorrow. Everyone read it, and we're sorry, we'll holler at you soon. You know, but I don't want to have to do that. I want to also be able to express the difficulty that I face as a person. And I can imagine, and I see, I'll be honest with you, it is a big learning experience in more ways than one, because I see and understand, and people have this thing, and I'm going to shoot this down right now. anyone who ever this thing about VXG was gonna kill Evo and all of that, if you can find a stream or anything like that where I ever said that, please go ahead and do so, because I have never said anything like that. And that was one of the things that was popping out, you know, earlier in the year. And I just hope people, it's kind of good that VXG can kind of go back under the radar, so people can stop trying to create a competition between the two events.
Hey, Rolando.
I'm
sorry to interrupt you, but Justin has requested a refund on Twitter for his mishaps at VXG. Can you speak on that situation?
Yeah, Justin we arranged a villa for him, and it didn't turn out well. There was some ants in the room and all kinds of stuff. He had paid a part of it. I believe it was like $900 or something like that. I don't quote me on that, but it was a good amount of money. And I told him I would do what I gotta do to get the money back from the organization. And unfortunately, that's also something where it's going through the process to get the money back, because the people wanted to play hardball. So I actually had to go to a marshal who had to serve the papers and all of that process. And then I think I sent him a text, or I think I told Eduardo, one of them, that we won the case. But then now, because they asked for an appeal, we still can't do it. Now, the question is Justin, this is the perfect example of what I'm saying. Does Justin Wong expect Rolando Brison to take $900 from his pocket, or $1,000 or $1,500 or whatever it was, take the money out of his pocket and pay Justin Wong? Now, that's what I want to know, and that's kind of the attitude we get sometimes. If the answer is no, then I need to do the due process. I can't just hold a villa accountable, just snap my fingers, give me back my money, and hold a knife to the throat and tell him to give me back the money. I had to go and take pictures of the place. I had to add witnesses, all, you know, that kind of stuff. And then it went in, and we had that. And I said that was exactly what I was going to do. And that's the process that was going on. And that's, I mean, even in the U.S., I mean, this is Dutch law, so it's even worse. But in the U.S., even that would take some time. Now, again, is it the expectation of me to have to shell out the money myself to pay him back? I'm sorry. That's an unreasonable expectation. We have to do what we got to do to deal with it. It's most unfortunate that it happened, but it is indeed something that we're working on.
But again, that basically falls back into what I said before about the whole.
Yeah, you're right. That because people saw me, they think I need to.
See you as the voice in the face, like when you talked about the whole thing about Evo, you know, being overshadowed by VXG in the next couple of years. I mean to say, you didn't say it in those exact same words. You basically did kind of hinted to that gesture, though.
Man, like I said, if that was the case.
All right, hold on, dude. What's going on here? I'm back. I'm in the show. What's up?
What's up,
dog?
What's up, dude? What's going on? Yo, DevilMaySpy, I got no time to bullshit right now. So what's going on? People summoned me to come here. So what's going on?
You want to handle your problems with Rolando?
Yeah. So what's going on here?
No.
Go ahead and talk
James
to him.
invited me on to talk about what's going on with VXG. We had a statement going on.
What statement's going on, dude?
We have a state. You want to wait for the statement tomorrow? Or you want me to read it for you now?
No, I want to read it now. I want you to read it now, actually, because a lot of people has been waiting. Actually, we've been waiting since September, actually, and right now it's already 2014 of January. So, if we could hurry up with that, that would be good.
Yeah, and as explained to you before, and as explained to everyone else, there's delays, and yeah, it's not nice, champ. It's not good. It's bad. It's terrible. It's unfair. It's all of that. But it has also been acknowledged by the organization. We have not hidden from it. We have not done anything other than, first of all, to make commitments to at least pay it. We've since then paid parts and stuff like that. Since then, we've constantly said our mission is to pay it. Now, if you think that you're going to be scammed and as a result you want to go ahead and slander VXG, champ, that's all fine.
No, I'm not slandering. And also,
one at a time.
My problem is one thing only, and Andre explained to it. It's because I'm the face of VXG. People want to attack me personally on it. I'm just saying the personal attacks not appreciated. That's
Oh,
all.
no one's attacking you personally. No one's attacking you personally. Everybody's just annoyed. Also, on top of that, we are allowed to talk so much shit as much as we want because
Of course.
to whatever contract you had, we gave you actually more than enough time to actually shut up about this. So,
Did you
so
You
Huh?
had. Why are you talking about me? That's exactly my point, champ. That's the only thing I came to emphasize here today.
Champ, you
What?
can't single him out. You can't single
Right.
him out. There's more than just him when you're talking about VXG. There's
Oh,
several.
oh, oh,
Like
oh,
I have with-
if you actually read all my tweets, actually, what I was saying that I was saying it wasn't just Rolando. I said the whole island and VXG and Rolando. Like I never just said Rolando. I said like, all right. First off, VXG experience. All the staff were great. Okay, they took care of us. They were very nice. They took care of us. But that's probably like 10% of the good thing. Everything else was just shitty. Okay, the amount of like all the problems. Actually, I would say 90% of the players didn't even open their mouth about all the bad experience they had there because of that contract. Because everybody wanted to get paid, and all the collusion stuff.
September, champ. So you were free to say whatever you like, which you eventually did. Now,
Mhm.
and then that's fine. That your opinion is you're saying that you had a bad experience. I would
No,
argue.
oh, no, I don't know about that. But okay, go ahead, dude. By the way, if you, a lot of people actually on my Facebook that's part of my crew that's been here that's actually in your tournament that was there at VXG, all calling you a liar. And the only reason why majority of the people are not speaking out is because they'll rather let me do the talking because I actually don't care about my reputation because I just like to open my mouth about stuff that's actually true and real. Some people are just scared to speak up their mind, but I'm not. So I'm speaking on behalf of a majority of my friends or the people that's actually been to your tournament. So,
In any
But
case, champ, my only point here today, and which is what I wanted to emphasize, is that you're saying your tournament, you, Rolando this, Rolando that.
I did
I'm
say
saying,
Rolando and your island.
okay, Rolando and my island, exactly.
Yep.
Anyway,
But
There you
that's taking it a little too far, though. The champ, come
So
on.
just
Yeah,
leave
yeah,
it
yeah.
as the VXG committee.
The
and that's it.
VXG people.
There
I mean,
you go. That's a better one. The VXG people and Rolando. There you go. My bad, James.
and
My
Rolando.
bad.
Okay. Anyway, so is that it? Can I go ahead with my soliloquy here, James, or do I need to address this any further?
no, go ahead, go on.
Okay. In any case, like one of the things, like I said, is going forward, it is a learning experience. The delays that we had to deal with, that VXG had was something very unprecedented, and it's something that we need to learn from because, doing an audit and all this kinds of stuff was really rough on us. But the point of the matter is, we can easily right now, it's a legal foundation, we can close up shop and say, you know what? And even from by the moment the September came, when only 33% of prizes was paid out, we could have just said, you know what? We're not getting the money. We don't think anything is happening, or whatever conspiracy theory everyone or champ and stuff, since they think I'm a liar and stuff, that might think that they're not going to get paid. We can just close up shop, and that's it. Because once the foundation is folded, there's nothing to do. You can take whatever assets are owned, and I can tell you it's about maybe 22 assets monitors if you like, and then we see how we distribute that if it was closed. Obviously, that's not the direction this organization is going. The organization.
You're feeding back. Hold on, Rolando. You're feeding back, Justin.
Am I here now?
I hear you, but
Yeah,
you're feeding back.
we hear you. You're feeding back.
Hello, Justin.
Justin, can I say you're my hero?
What does feedback mean? I'm really bad at computers.
Feedback means I'm hearing myself, so
Turn
it's
down
like
your
talking to
Turn down your
myself.
speakers.
Turn down your speaker. Jay, wear a headset, Jay.
Yeah, put a headset.
I am
on.
wearing a headset.
Okay, it's
All right,
better now.
Get away from
Which
your
headset
speakers.
is
Turn the volume down.
Yeah,
Okay, it's good now,
Go
I
now.
think.
All right,
you're good now.
Yeah?
Okay, anyway, let's continue with
you're
Rolando.
Well, I guess Justin is on. He probably wants to clarify or say something about his point earlier that he said on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
The refund.
Okay. So I wanted to say that I did not bother you since VXG. And I never got a confirmation that it went through or not. I completely thought, okay, maybe I guess I'm not getting it. Whatever. It happened.
Were you and Eduardo in Mexico together?
We were, but I left earlier than him.
Okay, when you guys were in Mexico, I was talking to him, and I asked him to tell you, and you can check his Facebook if you like. I told him apologize to Justin for me, that I haven't been in contact with him, but give him this quick update. Since I had him right there, I was traveling at the moment, and I just had his window open. So I said, because I don't think we're friends on Facebook. I think I only have you on Twitter. So since I had Facebook open, I said, you know what, let me just send this to him because you were in Mexico together. You can confirm it with him, but pretty much that's the moment when I kind of gave him the details on what was going on with the villa, that we had won the case, but it's an appeal. And once that happens, we would get back the amount you're owed plus percentage damages, and we would send you the actual full affidavit so you could see what was collected by us from the decision and hand that all over to you. That's pretty much. And I think since then too, I did tell you when you left that we were going to go ahead and sue the villa.
Yeah, you did say you were going to do that, but like I said,
and
I
indeed, that was
anything.
Okay, and that's messed up. That's messed up on my part, and I do apologize that you didn't get anything directly from me on it. I mean, understand, between that and all the other stuff and regular stuff, I had a lot of things going on, Justin, and I can just assure you that's exactly the action that's being taken, and that's exactly what's going to be done. It's going to be a matter of time, but I assure you
what time? I mean, how many years are we talking about here, Rolando?
But hold on. Let me answer, Ryan. Now, you got to understand this, okay? Whether it's a makeshift company, a legit company, whatever you want to call it, nothing in this world nothing in this world once you go on a company level gets done in a back alley. If it's you're not gonna turn around and say, if you don't give me the money, I'm gonna knock your fucking teeth out, because then the next thing you know, you're gonna have fucking more problems. There is a chain of command. I'm not justifying the way things are gone. Neither
am I, James, for the record.
And even Triforce didn't. Triforce. Same thing. He was telling me. He wasn't saying this is going to blow Evo. This was a tournament that was done in the island. That was a vacation for everybody at the same time, an opportunity to make money. Shit went wrong, which we've all been to. How many events? We all go to 20 events a year, and 10 of them have something fucked up. And the fact that the money hasn't flowed the way it should, am I happy about it? No. And I've told you, Ryan, I'm like, look, I said, you can't just turn around to the guy and say, fucking, hey, Rolando, I want you to take all the money out of your pocket. I don't care if you're homeless or not. Take the money out of your fucking pocket and give it to me. And the company, like he said, pretty much can fuck everybody and just say, you know what, we're shutting up shop, we're not paying nobody. And you're all not going to get nothing. That's where I'm saying, rather than go to Twitter and start screaming and ranting and raving, so it's something that they see. And they say, you know what, this is getting too heated up, let's just shut it up and nothing. I've already asked you to be patient, and you've been nothing but patient from the day one. But I can understand, and I told you this last time, I said, look, I can't tell you not to no more, because let's be real. September to January is a long time, and I'm sure you feel like you're getting John Nelson.
Oh yeah, no, I already feel that. I already feel that right now.
How do you feel? Okay, let me just ask you this, Champ. Did you get, even though you saw the first payment that came in, and then you got a little extra, even though you saw money coming to you, you still feel, what do you think was the purpose of us sending more money, even though it wasn't the full amount of money you guys were owed? What do you think is the point of the effort of paying you anything at all?
Oh, no. Yeah, you have paid a little bit, but what I'm saying is, Rolando,
you had to get.
I got paid by John Nelson in the couple of first tournaments. Okay, I did. Okay, it's just the last tournaments that he fucked up. The very last one. Okay, and too bad he exited. But you on the other hand, you just constantly give us like never-ending promises or a bunch of like random excuse that majority of players don't really care about. You make us sign a contract that it doesn't really it didn't bind you to anything, to be honest. Like in the contract stated, like even if you actually don't pay us, we can't really sue you like that, like you. But I think like the fact that I had to pay for my room over there at VXG, Also, you said you promised me to pay me for my ticket by November when you get your new budget. I haven't got that yet, which I paid $1,100 for my ticket. You helped me pay $300 of that yet, and you said I'm gonna give you the remaining by November. And I feel like that was just really, just on top of all of that, there's just a lot of like promises that you just never came through. And on top, you said in your Twitter that you paid 66% already throughout the players. I don't think so.
Yes.
I know all the top players. I'm serious, dude. I know you haven't paid Gamer B shit yet.
He
Alright.
cross-teching $1,500. What you guys seem to forget, it's not only the American FGC. We have players from all around that we sent money to. We're not only going to focus on you guys. The overall entire prize pot, and we put it out there on the record tomorrow in the exact numbers. That was the amount that we paid out. And it is a total of 66%. If you don't want to believe that, okay, that's fine. It's
You
whatever.
paid 66% of the other communities, huh? But not the main games. Not the main game.
Anyway, I'm just going to say this one more time. If you don't want to believe it, that's not my problem. The total amount of prizes that were paid out is just over 65%. 65 point something percent. I believe $39,000 has been paid out already. Okay, we took careful time, we analyzed it, and that's why it took a while to get the statement. We wanted to be correct on what the total payouts was, who was owed how much, and all of that stuff. So if you want to accuse me again of
I ain't accusing you.
Just said that you don't think it's true, so you're accusing me of not being true.
No, I'm not accusing you. I'm just telling you. I'm telling you that you're just full of shit. I'm telling you that. Okay, like I just know you're. I just know you're full of shit. Like whatever you're saying right now is all bullshit. Like that's a fact. Okay, that's just a fact, dude. Everybody knows that, dude. The whole community knows that. Like everybody knows that. Nobody's speaking their mind, and you haven't even paid Justin back, dude.
Now let me ask you this, Champ. Let me ask you this, Champ. Let me ask you this. Now, I'm going to put you on the record for this. In the event that everybody's paid and everybody's hunky-dory at the end of the day, are you going to rescind that argument that you just made, that statement?
What, James? What, James?
That
What's
statement
up, James?
that you're saying he's full of shit. Again,
He is, though.
But it's not him out of his pocket. And that's the thing.
But he keeps constantly giving us false promises. Then if it's not on his power, then he should be saying anything to begin with.
I think to summarize what Champ is basically trying to say is that he shouldn't be saying things until he officially
until it's confirmed.
It's confirmed, because this is my problem that I had with him.
But hold on, Bifu. Basically, this guy is the middleman. Okay, the way you guys pretend he's the middleman. Okay, then I did not want to talk to the middleman. I want to talk to the big boss. So if you're the middleman, don't be opening your mouth as if you could do this, you could do that. If you haven't confirmed to the big boy, like, come on, man. Like, if you're a middleman, like, act like a middleman. Don't give us any promises.
You guys were given, you specifically were given 3 dates. Okay, the original date, which was in September, at a certain point before then, I told you, and everything I tell you is what is trickled down to me. I go to the people, listen, what's going on? The date is coming up. They say, we're going to need 2 more weeks. I come back and say, we're going to need 2 more weeks. Then they say December 15th. I say December 15th. That's as far as it goes. I don't make any promises or nothing. I say what is told to me. All right, it's as simple as that. And if it comes across to me as I'm the one lying to you, well, so be it, champ. It's okay. You know what? If everyone thinks I'm full of shit, I will accept that criticism for now. Once everyone is paid, I guess everyone will be happy, because I know that's gonna happen, and it's whatever. And I just gotta learn from it. There's no, like, I could stay here all night and let you criticize me and tell me I'm full of shit and stuff like that. It's fine. You can say whatever you want. It's your mouth. This is a public forum. This is a public show. Say whatever you like, dude. It's whatever. I just came on here to say, from my end, from my personal experiences, what the problem is. I said very openly what the problem is. The issue is with the delays. I told you the commitment that I know that is coming from the entire VXG team and its sponsors that yes, everyone is going to be paid. The delays are very big, they're very bad, and they were not anticipated. But the intention is not to not pay anyone. And if that was the case, it would be very easy for me to right now just say, hey guys, guess what? You guys are not getting paid, it's bankrupt or whatever, or I would just say that. What is the problem with me saying that? For me, is my life going to end? I don't survive on VXG. VXG costs me money. It doesn't make me money.
So let me just hear this straight. You said that you don't give us any promises, right? You never done that, right? That's what you just said.
I never said I don't give you promises.
Okay.
If you ask me something, if you ask something of me personally, I will tell you my personal feeling, or I will tell you, well, champ, this is what I expect.
Because you promised me to give my money by November. You promised me that. Because you said, oh, coming out of my own pocket, dude, I got you. Once I get my next, once I get the budget for my next event, I'm going to give you your money by November.
Exactly, champ. Did I receive the budget for the next event?
No, you're not talking about VXG. You're talking about your carnival. So that's you.
For my next event, you're saying that I told you that I would do that. How can I do that? I don't understand. Wait. So you're working for Carnival now?
That's what you told me. I don't know your information, dude, but that's what you told me. You told me that.
Listen, the only thing I did tell you, I did say I would do what I can out of my own pocket to pay, which I did do. You can ask Triforce, you can ask yourself. When I sent Perfect Legend, I sent various players over $11,000 from my own pocket. But I'm not going to do more than that. I only did that as my part. I told the board, listen, I'm going to try and calm the players down and do what I can. Didn't you receive something from me? Did you receive all? No. But did you not receive more funds? Have you not received most of your prizes?
Who? Me?
You. Yeah.
No, that's not true. Because no, I didn't receive most of my prizes. No, you still owe me. But I feel you sent me and Neo $1,000. You sent. Why do you say each? You sent it to Neo for $500. Okay. Yeah, you did. Okay, you did. But I thought like you owe me almost $2,000.
Okay, I owe you almost 2,000. Anyway. Still. But anyway, James, I think you kind of see my point where it has become a conflation between, and maybe me even coming on the show further kind of summons that, but it's again a you owe me situation, and I guess that's a problem. In any case, that's why I kind of put it in VXG's hands. I told the guys and I told the board they need to issue an official statement from the team to all players, not individually. I'm going to work with the individual players who I think have been working with it and stuff like that. I'm going to deal with them individually. All players overall, they'll deal with what the statement has to say tomorrow. That's directly from the organization. And I'm just going to kind of have to take a little step back and learn from this whole situation, because I never want to be caught in a situation where I have players telling me, you owe me this.
No. Rolando, you know one thing I like about you? You're plink dashing at some point. You hella got away right off the bat, dude. Like, we were talking about something else, you plink dash away from the topic and talk about something else. But it's all good, dude. I'm just gonna listen. I'm not gonna talk anymore. I'm just gonna wait. I'll let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm not gonna talk anymore. I like that plink dash though. That was good.
All right, fine. Anyway, my point is that was. I don't know what you're talking about dashing.
I don't know what the fuck's a plink dash.
Don't worry about James. I'm gonna call you, brother. I'm gonna call you later, man.
Okay.
Can I say something though?
Go ahead.
Yeah, sure.
All right, because I think a lot of people know me as a very nice person, and I had drinks with Rolando, and you know, he helped me and my girlfriend to get this event. My problem is that, you know, I felt like since I thought we were good friends, I could have at least had some notification. Like if I did not tune in for this show, I would never have thought that I would have got a refund. Real talk. I never thought I would have got a refund. 100%.
Like I said, bro, I'm really sorry, bro.
I understand that you told Eduardo, but
and it's true.
that's not Eduardo's business to know. That's me and you. I like if you came up to me to tell me, oh yeah, I'm gonna give this person money. I'm like,
Yeah.
don't tell me that. Tell them yourself. I don't need someone to tell me that this and that, because that just makes it worse on them if something doesn't come on time.
No.
Like I've seen many players talk about, oh yeah, I'm messaging Rolando right now.
Yeah, but like I said, because our initial conversation was me telling you this is what we're going to do, it was pretty much at that same position. You know what I mean? That the intention is to get the money back from the villa and give to you. And the moment that happened, that's when you would get a copy of the affidavit from us on what's going on, and then we would just send that to you with the decision and stuff. So Justin, especially, you know, this is where I can get personal on it, and I accept it being a personal thing. Is like you said, I do see you as a friend. I did see you as a person I had a good time with. Every time we were around each other and stuff, I was cool, and I'm sorry that I let you down in that sense, bro. That's real talk.
I'm just kind of upset that like people that was bugging you got some money, but the people that hasn't bugged you like didn't really get anything at all. That's my problem, you know. Like, you gave Champ $1,000, but I got like $0.
500. I got 500. Jay.
He got 500, but I got $0. And I didn't even talk to you at all. I just say, here, you know, here's your space. Do what you gotta do. This is my thing, you know. Like a simple, maybe like even $1. Give me something from the dollar menu from McDonald's. Give me something. You know, just give me something. Give me some awareness.
If you want, I'll buy you 10 cheeseburgers.
Come on, give me some awareness, please.
Ribs over there.
Yeah.
Wait, you guys still got McRibs on the West Coast?
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, that's just my thing. And then I was really patient. I didn't even like shit on you after I left the island. I just kept it very civilized. Watch the finals. Watch this. You know, support the tournament. The players are there. You know, we're gonna have some good matches.
Yeah. Agree with you 100%. I can't say anything otherwise, man. So I can only apologize in that sense, because that is something where, like I said, it is something personal. That's true, and I would accept that definitely. But like I say, man, the only thing I can do is you live and you learn, and get better. You know, I keep remembering when Joe and John told me, you know, when they did, I think one of their first ECTs, it was like really bad and stuff like that, and they just had to tell themselves, you know what, just take your time and grow it back gradually. That's all I'm trying to do, man. I'm going to continue to try and get this thing back on track gradually. Hey, eventually it will be even a goal to get to the point where even someone as cynical as Fchamp can regain trust in the whole thing and be like, oh, okay, you know what, it was legit. And if I know I've gone that far, because I know how cynical and negative he is towards me right now, then I know I've scored a lot. But definitely not. It's not only the loud people, you know. It's a lot of people, and we did thank, you know, the organizations like yourself and EG and stuff like that in the actual VXG statement. You know, saying that we do appreciate the patience that you guys have had and the understanding, and that the organization is going to continue to do to make sure that the rest is paid off. That's just the fact of the matter.
I'm sure
Rolando.
once everybody. Oh.
Now, Rolando, I really do hope that, you know, with what Fchamp said to you, like, you take some of it and actually understand what he was basically saying, because a lot of the stuff that he said, I've experienced with you myself.
I know that, yeah. I know exactly what you're saying. That if
and me and you, we've been tight and all that other stuff, and because of those things, is kind of the reason why me and you ain't tight right now.
Yep. And I'll tell you, man, it's a new year, and I swear to God, man, I was in New Year's just thinking about it, because for the first time, someone did there was a New Year's party here, a big New Year's party, and someone came to stream it, and they did such a terrible job on the whole thing. And I'll be honest, I did think about you, and I was like, you know what? It is messed up that someone, Andre, who I was so tight with, because of a little misunderstanding, now we're not so tight. You know, I feel very uncomfortable by that, to be honest. You know, and you know, I hope definitely, like in your case, that it doesn't have to be like that. You know what I mean?
I don't want it to be like that. I just want you to be more straightforward with people as well as me.
Yeah.
That's all I ask for.
That's why, like I said, with you, I kind of take my step back and let me reflect on all of this, on all of these things,
and that's what I want you to do.
Kind of keep communication going between you and the board and stuff like that. I see a few emails popping from time to time, but let it not be that I constantly have to be the one out there, because it was really overload for me. You know what it is when you.
I already know. Trust me, we had this conversation at Carvel last year. We had this conversation before.
Yeah. And it did come to bite me, because honestly, it was to the point where the board used to rely on me so much in past events, but we were such a small, cute little event, doing 150 international people, to this year where we got close to 400 people. And 400 people sounds like, oh, that tournament was ass. Like that is so huge for our island. You guys have no idea how big that is, because 400 people and a weekend in a hotel, on St. Martin is huge for our economy, and it's a big deal for us. And so just realize that, we're all learning. I'm learning personally as a human. I'm 28 years old. I'm still learning and stuff like that. The organization itself also, we know how to better plan the financials and the bureaucracy and making sure audits and all these things are in place and all the proposals are in on time and whatever documents people need, they get. All that kind of shit.
Oh my God.
We're making sure we deal with.
Bro, Rolando, hold on. Rolando, let me say something.
There's a lot of fucking random information here that we don't really need to hear. Okay.
Well, okay.
Check it out. Let me just say something now. Okay, from you telling us, I'm just gonna speak about myself. How you're telling us that you were the.
Huh? Seen this. Who is this?
This is Neo. What's up, dude?
Oh yeah, Neo. Okay, what's up, man? Go ahead.
Alright. So, you know me, I try to be understanding to the situation in general. So
yeah,
when you were here telling us, telling everybody that you are the front man, that you happen to be the face of VXG, so and then you're taking all of the heat, but it's not that the players are meant to be personal towards you, as in just bash you for your person. It just so happens to be that you are the person that we do see from the very get-go out there at VXG. But the thing is that got me the most the most whole situation is that when we were getting the prize money out there, and I'm speaking on behalf of not only me but other players that were supposed to get paid. A lot of them were depending on that money for other things. So now the thing is I understand what you're saying about, oh well, you guys are coming after me as if it's my fault completely. We're not necessarily saying Rolando is a scumbag. What we're saying is, can somebody just tell us what's really happening? And especially for a lot of these players, that for example, my personal friends, they didn't get money that they had planned on getting for particular things. I mean, I know this might sound weird, but some of them depending on money for some Christmas stuff. So that was a problem for that. Not a lot of people were willing to voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Neo, listen. You see, what happened was Champ jumped on at the moment when I happened to be talking to James about that point. So it sounds like I came to only elaborate on. Well, why are they only bad? I'm not here.
Oh, my bad. My bad. I'm sorry, Rolando. I'm sorry for doing that. All right, continue, man.
See, no. Now I gotta jump in. You gotta look. I know where you're frustrated. You want your money, and I don't knock that.
No.
I understand that. I understand that. You want your money. Let's be real. Everybody wants the money they're entitled to. Ain't no misconception, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But again, I'm not defending VXG. I'm defending my friend Rolando. Rolando is doing what he can, but he, yes, is the face of VXG to us because he's the one that conveyed the tournament to us. But to turn around and all of a sudden, it's no different. And again, I'll use this fucking show as an example. I run a video on the show telling Keats and Wizard they're fucking banging each other, and all of a sudden I'm a homophobic racist. But then motherfuckers meet me and they're like, oh, wait a second, he's really not that way. Okay, Rolando has been friendly to us, if not straight up a friend to you. Not you specifically, but everybody in general. And now because we didn't get what we wanted, we're going after him. Now, he's doing what he can to try it. I can guarantee you he's not sitting there. And I'll tell everybody in the fucking stream right now, I've been talking back and forth to Rolando for months. And I talked to you, Ryan, I talked to you at NEC. I said, he's doing what he can. But, he even taking money out of his pocket, you should kind of be thankful for that because he don't have to do shit. And let's be real. Everybody says, I'm going to sue. It's going to cost you more fucking money to sue for what little money you're going to get.
But James, that in and of itself is a problem. I mean, I understand Rolando is not completely responsible himself for the whole organization's fault.
But he should take it out of his pocket.
But the fact, I understand that angle. But he happens to be the person that is speaking on behalf of the company's boss. The thing is that to even put out a statement that says, this company doesn't have to pay you guys anything, is at the same time an unreasonable thing to say because a lot of the players.
No, I never said that, bro. I would never. That's irresponsible of me to say. The only thing I said that might be construed that way.
You said it. I'm not saying you said it.
Hold on. Rolando, you said you didn't say fuck the community. You didn't say that?
What? When did I say fuck the community?
Wait, hold on.
Okay. You didn't say it. Okay, don't worry. I'm gonna do a screenshot later. All right, continue, Neo. Continue.
Wait, hold on. So here, to put it out there is to say, for example, earlier somebody said, this legally could just be shut down right now, and we don't really have to pay anybody anything. That's unreasonable thing to say too, because a lot of the players.
Oh, that was James making that exaggeration, though. I didn't make that claim.
That's what I'm talking to James about it. That's not a good thing to say, because
I'm just making sure people don't think I'm saying that.
Yeah. For example, you did fly a lot of the players. That's true. But at the same time, some of the players that went out there, they went out there on their own. And whether they were not paid, they're not being paid. So that's also unreasonable. So you can't. Yeah. People can't put it out there and say, well, you should give credit to this organization as a whole for at least trying. I mean, that's commendable when there is damage control. That's about it.
Exactly. Neo, I agree with you 100%. I didn't come here for not a second justify. Like I said, you guys missed the earlier portion of the show when I kind of said everything that was really the situation, where I am in no way, from the start, it's inexcusable what has happened with VXG. It's inexcusable, man. It's not nice, it's bad, it's terrible. I agree with that. I really do, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I don't sleep well every night knowing that that's unfortunately the situation where it is. And it's not for me to come on here and just, well, these guys should shut the hell up because they got this or that. No, I would never do. That would be irresponsible of me to do something like that, Neo. Regardless of the situation, even if we flew you in, you won a tournament, you have to get every single penny that you were promised. End of story. Whether you were flown in or whether you paid your own way, everyone is owed and everyone should get it. And again, the commitment from the organization is that despite the delays, some of the partial payments have been made, and the payments will continue until everything is paid. That's the point of it. The delay is bad, but it's something that will be fixed. That's the only thing I can say, man. And like I say, if it comes to it being a personal situation, I wasn't trying to shrug and say, it's a terrible thing. I'm just trying to point out that, guys, just keep it a little bit in mind that it is not a personal event. I guess because in the FGC, it's a little bit different, because when you see a Big E tournament, you look at it as Big E tournament. You know what I mean? But when you go something with guaranteed prizes, paying out, 40, 50,000.
Don't compare Big E. Don't
say that. Don't say that. No. The thing is, you're about to say guaranteed prize money because
you're about to do something you did before.
In the trailer,
really bad idea.
In the trailer, you basically said that there will be a certain amount of prize money and this, that, and the other dedicated just for FGC, because it's a trailer I've run on my stream several times. Yeah. Right? And the thing is, it's guaranteed prize money. And when you sat there and you explained it last year, you said that they will leave the island with that money, and they can basically come back to the United States and basically not claim it on their taxes. That was the biggest thing that you kept saying.
Which is, you should just look. Bottom line is, with my thing with Rolando is he paid me. He paid the sponsorship money.
And you did get paid late. I'll be honest with you. It was a couple months.
See, I wasn't gonna say that. I wasn't gonna say that.
But I can admit it because I know how the bureaucracy can be. And the first time I experienced it was actually with you, where okay, but is this a company? Who are we paying this to? And does he have an LLC and all of that nonsense I had to go through just to get it to you. But in the end of the day, I did what I had to do to make sure everything went. And this is just yet another kind of challenge there. But anyway, go ahead, Johnanthan. Sorry.
Here's the thing. We all know, and I think everybody knows here, shit happens. We can't deny that.
Yeah.
All they want you to do is say, listen, here's my situation, and I'm updating you X, Y, and Z. Justin's issue, and correct me if I'm wrong, Justin, is that, because he didn't say anything, he was put on a lower pedestal to pay, right? Something like that?
But he feels that way, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fchamp, and here's the thing: they all have anybody who hasn't been paid has a right to complain. They really do. All you have to do is this is the real. All you have to do is just say, you know what? They have a point. I'm just gonna focus on paying them. Because that's all you need to do. And once you pay them, they'll just be like, I got my money. That's it. And that's all you need to do. Don't worry about anything else. Because when you worry about everything else, you make yourself miserable. I know. I've done it.
That's why, if you notice, I've been very silent about it. I didn't go on shows, talk. I only came now because, the statement's coming out tomorrow on Event Hubs.
I release your statement and just keep doing what you need to do. Because when you go on this show, or you go on any show where there's call-ins, people are going to call you and talk to you. I'm pretty sure and guarantee Fchamp wouldn't be here.
I'll say it like this. How about this? I'll break it down as fucking raw as any other fucking cocksucker in this stupid community.
God damn, you go, James.
Justin,
Nelson coming
Neo,
out
Ryan. Not one of you motherfuckers ever come to this show and come on. In fact, Justin, you turned around to me and said, I'm not allowed on your show. Now, all of a sudden, the money's involved. Motherfuckers come out of the woodwork and say, oh, OBS, let me go there. And that's real. That's the real deal. And can anybody that I just mentioned deny that?
Actually, James.
You came on my show. You came on my show, and then what happened? I'm not going to mention the other said company. The minute I came on your show, what happened?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, you got to protect your own interests.
No. But I can personally say something, though. Like, James, I never actually met you, formally until just recently. I met you at VXG, and we talked. But I had no, connection directly towards, the On Blast or anything like that until just recently. This is actually my first Skype call to, a show. And
But I've asked you in the past. I've asked you when I said, yo, come on the show. And yeah. And, it's like, yeah, okay, move along.
No, but that was at NEC. But regardless, I didn't come on the show to just talk about my money. Because, to be honest with you,
but my point is this. This is how fucked up this piece of shit community is, and it stems with the Capcom guys. Because now, all of a sudden, it's okay to come to my little old low-budget show, as Marn said a couple of fucking months ago.
But James, I think what they're saying, the thing is this. Here's how I personally see it. Rolando, and again, he can do whatever he wants. Rolando just shouldn't have gone on. He should have just released a statement on Vet Hubs, let all the foreign people troll, do what he needs to do, and pay. That's all you got to do. That's it. You wouldn't have, even though this show's entertaining, and it is, and I also understand where James is coming from. He's like, yo, I want content. I want to be,
I didn't do this. I'm not doing this for content. I didn't do this for content. I did this for a very simple reason. I've gotten hit up by everybody that said, yo, can you reach out to Rolando?
Oh, no, I'm
talking about, they asked for that. So when Rolando finally said, yeah, I'm not going to tell him no if he's willing to come on.
That's the thing, Johnanthan. You gotta this is where it's kind of like I said. I took off the VXG hat coming in here, and as hard as it's kind of impossible to do because, like Andre pointed out, I've been the face of this thing for a while. Look, James is a good friend of mine. He has been asking me, do you want to come on and do it? And I have been saying, boy, James, now is not the time. I need to deal with this thing and get it out of the way, and then. But you know what? James has been there for me. and has been a supporter of me as a person, you know. And even if I come on here to just talk about Apex or whatever, I wish I could just sit here and talk about the games I've been playing and Street Fighter Ultra and how I love it and all this kind of stuff. And I can't sit down and talk about that because unfortunately this overshadows that. But I wanted, you know, as a friend of James, I had to come on this show sooner or later. You're saying that basically it should have been later rather than sooner, kind of when everything, you know, died down a bit, which you might be right, you know. But I guess I was naive to think I could come here and speak as a person and let people speak to me as a person. But you know, of course, the VXG thing is going to overshadow.
Rolando, you have to stop being passive aggressive. Just don't do that. Just, you know, bottom line, all you have to do is this. This is the best thing that anybody ever taught me. Just, you know, do what you need to do, and just you know, leave it at that. I guarantee you. Sorry.
All right. Just a serious question. All right. This is Champ. Yeah, Rolando. Did you pay what's her name? Jessica Nigri? Because some of the players, you know, asked me to ask you. Did you pay her? Jessica.
Okay, I'm gonna answer this question completely honestly, and you can ask Gutex or Jessica herself or anyone else who kind of helped arrange it. But I am going to first say that again, this is the kind of question where, you know, you're asking me something that's VXG's personal information on what they do. But I'm gonna go ahead and answer everything given the situation. Okay. I guess I'm a bullshitter, so I don't know. Are you gonna believe anything I say? Because if I tell you I didn't,
I just want to hear the question, Rolando. Don't put that out.
I'm just making sure.
Stop flank dashing, dude. It's all good. Just tell me, dude.
Yeah, he just wants you to just be straight to the point.
Okay, no. Stand on ceremony here, Rolando. Just what she paid or not.
I gotta, you know, amp it up a little because I'm sure everyone wants to know how much we paid for that beautiful girl.
We do not know how much.
Well, I will tell you this. No, we did not pay her anything. She just was flown in.
Okay.
That is a fact. Yeah. Okay. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure we or any other comic convention would get that kind of deal twice in a row. I'll be honest. I mean, the prospect of coming to St. Martin is really what sold it. And she did have a good time and everything, but no, we didn't do that this time.
I actually for Screw Attack, I had to do, you know, I flew them out. That's all I needed to do.
Right, and you actually, Johnathan, you're the one that gave me that idea. Well, not directly with what do you call it? Like with Jessica Nigri specifically, but remember we were discussing like, you know, having a cosplay personality would be interesting to get down, and I'm like, okay, I can't afford
Screw Attack because their content's a lot better than most people in the
MCC. But the problem with Screw Attack is that we had to fly in like 3 or 4 people, and by that time the budget was
fly one person.
Whereas her was literally just one person, so that was a little bit more realistic for us to arrange at the last minute. But yeah, sometimes you do gotta make those kind of barter deals in the FGC and in events and stuff like that to see, you know, to get a little spark. Right?
But you know, to answer Ryan's question, like in general, people do actually not just fly them out; they pay for like appearances.
Yeah.
Angry video game it's like $500 a day.
Yeah, you gotta pay her, dude. You did pay her. At least
I don't know if you did.
I don't know, dude.
That's between them. Like whatever that.
Like, Cham, what's the point of asking me the question if when I answer you're just telling me?
No. Really? All right. I'll take your answer, dude. It's all good. I mean, yeah. It was just someone who asked me to ask you. That's all it is.
Okay.
That's not even my question. But yeah, all right.
Yep. So, anyway, guys, I guess I don't know. I should probably take a few more questions before I head out. But it's late over here. We're an hour ahead of you. Got to get up for work in the morning. So, I just gotta say, Champ, I'm really sorry that you're disappointed because we have spoken a lot about it personally, you know, and stuff like that. And you did show some guidance in the whole process. Mm-hmm. So I do have to commend you for that. I completely understand your frustration. Believe it or not, you might think I don't care and stuff like that, and these words might not mean much to you, but I really did feel bad about the fact that you were disappointed. And like I said, the only problem, like I kind of felt that it was a personal, like, you tagged me and was like, and you said full of shit, and then again now you tell full of shit and stuff like that, and it gets a little bit personal there, and I feel, like, I hope that one day when everything is settled, it might take years from now, I don't know when, but one day if you come back to the beach, that you look at it and feel like, yeah, he eventually got there. That's all I can say to you for now, man, and just hold tight. I wish the best for you, dude.
Rolando,
Really?
people make mistakes. They, as long as you make up for it, I'm sure like everybody's gonna be fine. Once everybody gets paid and everybody's taken care of, that's it. You're fine. It happens. Like that's what I've learned, man. Like you just move on. Like you just help people. You do what you need to do to finish out the year, whether it's pay people or pay venue or whatever the case may be, and you just go from there, man. You don't need to.
Is Andre still there?
I'm still here.
Can you hit me up on Skype after this?
Of course.
All right, hit me up on Skype when I go on there.
Yeah.
James, thanks again for everything. I wish you the best for the new year, dude.
You too,
and
man.
I hope to see you in St. Martin soon. And yeah, take care of yourself, man. But we gotta talk. We gotta talk some other personal stuff there. I got some questions, some little things I heard there about the James tour. So.
What did I do now?
I heard a little bit of gossip, so we gotta talk about that.
They want to talk about your $10,000 money match with anybody in a smoking contest.
Ain't nobody gonna touch me.
I would never condone such a thing, James.
I would.
I thought you quit. Didn't you quit?
I told you, quitters never win.
Oh, jeez.
So before you split, is anybody else have any other questions?
I'm being nice tonight. No.
Wait, who's that being nice?
I'm being nice, bitch. What do you mean with that being nice, nigga? I mean, I could have been that other nigga and said, yo, Rolando, you shouldn't have been the one to say from the beginning that you were going to be the ambassador to these fucking people, because I warned you ahead of time this shit was going to happen. if it went south, I told you. If you say you're going to be the one to talk to these cats, man.
I told Rolando, sometimes you gotta take it easy.
Yep.
These guys, when it goes bad, shit is gonna come at you.
Because I do remember you saying that you were to be the one to talk to the players and all that stuff like that. And I mean, you took responsibility as a quote unquote ambassador. But even when why they come into you is because you're the one to say I'm the guy to talk to.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I'm sure if there was someone else to talk to, Ramirez, Wong, all these cats, they would have been talking to them and not you. And truth be told, I'm not the best Fchamp fan. I don't condone a lot of the shit he does, but he was right in what he said. You were the dude to talk to. He had, he had a money issue, but you put yourself in that position. And then I told you before, that last time you were on the show before VXG started, I said, hey man, be careful. You the man on this one. So if any balls drop, that shit's gonna be on you. And and I hope that this year, if y'all do it again, that it does work out. And any issues like this have been talked about last year, not later on this year. Last year, any of the shit that went down, y'all need to talk about that, improve it, man, and knock that shit on out.
Sure.
Because I mean, it was a really great event, and I hope it's a great event again. But now it's going to be harder to sell because of this. It's going to be a hard sell, man.
Yeah,
definitely.
US FGC, it's gonna, like you say, it's gonna take some time. Johnanthan, mistakes happen. It's gonna take a long time to kind of patch it up. But we're gonna continue to do what we can, and it's kind of interesting moment for us because we're at such a crossroad in terms of growth that probably taking it easy in terms of the marketing, the number of people we fly in and stuff like that might actually be good. To also make sure things are manageable this year, because especially like we say, we learned a lot from how to manage things this time, on the operational end. So that is also something I think a lot of us underestimated, and that caused a lot of problems for us. So it is definitely, as cliche as it sounds, a learning experience, and you can only learn from mistakes, but it really applies in this case.
All I'll say is this: I felt like the week after Evo was really rough on you guys. I think what would have worked personally.
We were 2 weeks after Evo, by the way.
Okay. Well, yeah. Regardless,
it's still tight. Listen, and again, let me remind people, man. The only reason, if I could do this thing like in November or some other month, if I could, I would, man. Problem is, July is the month that we have an opening for such an event in terms of tourism. So, you know, unless I find some kind of new sponsor that's on the level of tourism,
PlayAsia. They're not gonna fund that much money.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
like,
I got. Never mind. Sorry.
So anyway, that's all I'm saying. The July thing, it's just a matter of us. It's unfortunate that, you know, that with Evo being that same month, you know, and CO being a few weeks before that, and all that kind of stuff. It is a busy month, and that's why our expectations for the US is not to get hundreds of people. Listen, we get 50, 60 people a year come down here, enjoy themselves. We're happy, man. It's really a Caribbean, Latin American tournament where we just want to embrace the US FGC, and it's going to take us some time to re-embrace it, but we definitely will eventually, because it is a good event. It is a good experience. Let me say
your
that.
event should have been, like, the idea of you, like, having, what I would have done is I would have worked directly with Evo and turned it from a tournament into like a 3-day salty suite where the winners of Evo, like X amount of, like, the top 4, top 3, whatever you want to do, they go to VXG, and, you know, for a week, they go to the island for a weekend, and basically, you know, you're playing concept matches the entire weekend, and then maybe if you want to do tournaments or whatever, you do that, but you don't make that the focus. The focus should have been, you know, the concept matches, and I think it would have been more interesting. You could have did voting, who gets flown out or whatever, and people would have done
like
that.
an all-star, like kind of an all-stars FGC thing. That's
pretty much what Capcom Cup did, because but maybe a little different. But I feel like that would have went a lot more over, because you wouldn't need to focus on people coming. You just got a smaller space, and you would have just used sponsors and promotional time. Like, that's pretty much all you needed to do, and everybody would have been like, "Oh, we can just watch, like, concept matches." Because I'm pretty sure, like, Justin and all of them would like to do concept matches, or do, like, you know, first to win, like, long sets.
There was
the problem was there was supposed to be, well, it was
Casino
supposed
Royale.
to be Casino Royale, but it kind of went downhill there.
Yeah, but Justin, you see what I'm saying though? Like, the idea could work. It would be, if it makes it a lot smaller, or you fly out less people, and, you know, you make it more of like an intimate setting, and, you know, you guys can just, you know, go do what you got, do your little, you know, you see it more as not as a tournament, but like a gift for doing well at Evo, and that makes everybody work.
How does that bring about business to the island that they're trying to promote in the tourism?
They still got. They're still trying to bring more money in. That's
where he's right, because a lot of the exposure also comes in terms of streaming and stuff like that. And then again, like I said, just keep in mind, guys, almost 400 people came to this event. Less than, like, I think 20% of that were from the US. It is a predominantly international tournament that attracts people from Venezuela, Colombia, Brazil, Puerto Rico, Jamaica. All these islands come down here. But we've been doing this for years, but we were tired of playing each other. We wanted gamers from the US to come, and that's where it kind of got interesting to do qualifiers and get some of the top gamers down to play against us and stuff like that. And then it continued to kind of grow and grow, you know, and, you know, this unfortunate situation aside, and of course, some other a lot of other stuff that had to be fixed. The concept is pretty much what you're saying, Johnanthan. We just need to manage it better and have a more ideal way to actually manage how we get the players in, who comes in, all of that stuff.
You need somebody to literally, like I'm not gonna say somebody, but you would need somebody to tell you, like, this is how to do it, because all you need to, like, for an island, you just need to sell, like, you just need to get commercial time and somebody and Twitch to push the event. That's all you need. You don't need to go through all this.
Twitch did push the event and all the other stuff. Something that you brought up, basically, the whole invitation thing, I think that's something that they could possibly do.
And it's cost effective.
It is super cost effective, because the thing is, you basically grow your event, because then this way you could have more people just fly down there on their own dime, if, you know, they could ever forgive it.
Yeah, but now, how about this? Now, how about this for a brainstorm? You know, because I'm just a fucking cancer to the scene. Rather than him being greeted with the hostility that he was, and now we're sitting on a show discussing things that coulda, shoulda, woulda. Why didn't our fucking dysfunctional family of a community not embrace this mentality from the get-go?
I have no comment.
This is the conversation I've tried having with Rolando before.
Yeah.
This is the conversation I've tried to have with Rolando a year ago.
You know,
and it kind of blossomed into Casino Royale, but then shit happened.
Mm-hmm. And well, like I said, Brian, we know, you know, and it's a funny thing where you got so many ideas and you got them coming from left and right and north and south, but we gotta consolidate them and make a decision. Some of the problems we faced too that was exactly the problem. Too many ideas. I think VXG had to just come back to the core of what we did. I mean, Andre, you was here in 2012.
I was there for like the first one in a while, and I had a great time. And
and you saw it was very simple. We didn't do all this stuff, but it was great. And I think that's kind of what happened. You know, when you get a budget and you think, oh well, we got to do more with it. Unfortunately, I think we grew a bit too fast. That is true, and we integrated ideas from this one and that one and that one, and then you lose focus on what it really was, which is it's an experience, and we really just have to focus and make sure that. And the game tournament, the two key things, we messed up on, organizing the game tournament properly, making sure everything was good, and taking care of the players. Those are the two real elements we just had to make sure are always in check, and that's really like kind of the mission statement for VXG right now. We take care of the players in every way possible. We have outstanding prizes for some players. We got to take care of that. We have players that are going to be coming for this tournament. We make sure the tournament is good. Players first. You know what I mean? The parties and all that stuff is great. The qualifiers were wonderful, having so many qualifiers and stuff. But at the end of the day, if we fly in all these people and we don't have a good product, it doesn't make any sense. So we are definitely taking all of that into account.
Well,
all right.
Yeah, as long as people get paid, everybody's that's pretty much the main thing with a lot of people here. So
I think that's pretty much it, man. Get the money right. Get the money right before you open doors, man.
That's true, and that's why we've been very cautious in that approach, and we're not doing a whole bunch of qualifiers this time because we don't want to be giving out a massive, promising a bunch of tickets, and you got players that haven't been paid. We gotta take care of everyone first, and then we're probably gonna go back to the system that we used in 2012 to select players to come, rather than doing only qualifiers, and then we move on with 2014 and kind of build it back up from there, slowly and gradually again, not making this huge leap and making it unmanageable.
I mean, it's a learning process. I don't give a shit what anybody says. I mean, I know you guys want to get paid, but you don't have your money right now. You're not getting your check tomorrow, so don't hold your breath. But I do think they're going to square you away. I understand what you were saying, Ryan, about with Nelson, but when Nelson fucked you, he fucked you. He didn't say, well, I'm going to come on shows, I'm going to still talk to people, I'm going to try to be engaged. But you also got to admit, if I tell you you're a piece of shit every day, eventually you're just going to say, I don't want to talk to this dude no more.
I agree with you, James.
It only takes one time for that.
And it wasn't you being mad, it was a group of people all going at Rolando, and that is overbearing. I mean, I get told I'm a piece of shit in the FGC every day, and I say, you know what? Sticks and stones break my bones, but not everybody does that.
Well, remember, James, you're the piece of shit we want, not the piece of shit we need.
Yeah. Just remember, I'm coming to Apex.
You laugh for the first time in a long time.
Just remember, I'm coming to Apex. And how do you want people to behave? Because I will make it the opposite.
I want people just to have a good time. Like everybody.
Well, now, do you know what my good time entails? A lot of debauchery. A lot.
After hours, I don't.
We learned that at last year's Apex, James. Don't forget that.
Hey, come on!
I fucking and got drunk.
I mean, for me to break dance, and I ain't break danced in like I don't even know fucking
since VXG.
No, I'm saying pre that was the 80s. I mean, I personally had a good time on the island. Then again, I'm not there competing for the millions of dollars. So I mean, but at the same time, I can't say, well, Ryan, you have no right to be mad. And to be fair, Rolando, just like I've talked to you about coming on the show, Ryan and I have spoken in private a lot, and Ryan even said, I'm not going to blow him up. I'm not going to blow him up. For months, he said, I'm not going to say nothing. And then, when I caught wind that he did, and this is in, end of December, I'm going, I really can't tell him anymore not to get mad.
To be honest, actually, James was telling majority of the players to not speak up, and but eventually, everybody waited for so long, and basically, the majority of the players that don't want to say anything, they still want to get paid. But me, I say, you know what? I don't really care about the money anymore, dude. I'm just gonna speak up, so at least the community knows what really happened. So I don't really care about the money. So I said, I'm gonna speak up. So if they don't pay me, that's all good. But I'm not really expecting to get paid anymore. That's fine. But I'm just gonna let everybody know what really happened and all that collusion shit. That wasn't really, I'm, when about the finals of VXG and Marvel, it wasn't there. I know a lot of people gave shit about it that it was collusion, but
that's their beef.
And people don't know really what really happened about that.
Okay. Well, champ, like I told you, and I don't know if you believe that I mean it, but I don't hold it against you that I didn't come crashing at you. The only thing I told you on Facebook, I sent you a message to say, well, I was just a bit surprised that you were first. That was the only thing I said. I was a bit surprised that you were the first one out there. But now that you explain it to me that you're kind of a voice piece for the group, then I understand why you went first. So it's not a matter of me, how could Champ do that to me? Or no, I was like, look, I pointed to the tweets and I took some screenshots. I sent it to the board. I said, this is what is the result of us not having these things in check on time. This is what happens. So we need to learn from this. And I used it as an example. I couldn't be like, to hell with this guy or fuck this guy. I really couldn't do that. That's just the truth. Just like James couldn't say, Champ, what the hell is wrong with you? I even couldn't do that, man. And I hope at least that you can vouch for me, that I never, attacked you for saying anything or anything like that, man.
I don't think that's the issue, Rolando. Like I said, I think their main thing is just pay him. That's
just got to get paid.
And he'll shut up. He'll leave you alone, and because he has a right to want his money. So
exactly. But anyway, guys, so I don't know if there's any more questions, but I'm gonna head to bed and chill out. So you guys have a good weekend. Johnanthan, good luck again with Apex. I know you don't need no luck. I know you're gonna be stressing like crazy as always, but I hope you can take it easy and not get a heart attack
this year because I have a great staff. I'm fine.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Okay. Shots fired on last year's staff?
No, my staff is the same as last year.
The same as last year. Last year's staff was good too.
Make sure you make sure a lot of people have iPads.
Oh no, I have security this year. I have a
make sure you don't get jacked this year.
Let me tell you, son. I'll bring my security down.
I got my security. I'm allowed to carry in the state of New Jersey. Anyway.
Yo, don't fucking put that. Don't say that shit to me. Do you understand? My 3 brothers are fucking NYPD.
I know.
Like, I can't have that shit.
But I have a permit to carry. Whatever.
I know you have a permit, and you can carry your stream. That's what you can fucking carry.
Oh man. But I mean, Rolando, like I said, I appreciate you coming on finally, at least getting something out there. Obviously, guys, look for the statement tomorrow. And just guys, like Champ, Neo, Justin, do what you got to do from the statement that comes out. But at least there's a statement coming out, so it's a reason to wake up before noon.
Yo, so before you go, Rolando, and again, there's players asking this, so there's only a couple of us that actually came in here to just, I guess, speak for the collective.
Yeah.
The statement tomorrow gives more or less at least some sort of indication when people that haven't been paid or whatnot, that they will. And again, I'm just asking questions for the general, for everyone.
Okay.
For the people that are not speaking up.
There's no, if you're asking if there's an exact date, no. There is nothing there. There's nothing in there saying anything about an exact date. There is an approximation. That's the only thing that's in there. Because I know
that's not in there.
No, there is no exact date in there. I'll be very honest with you. It's just the public commitment that VXG will pretty much pay it as soon as possible with an estimation, a very rough estimate, so to speak. All right, but there's no exact date, unfortunately, in there telling you exactly when you're going to be paid. No, but we just wanted everyone to know. Let the record show. This is our commitment to ensuring everyone is paid every single dime.
Thank you.
Does that answer your question?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
I mean, it sounds like it's, guys, and I'm gonna, I'll say it with Rolando here. It's basically them saying you're probably getting paid in the year 2014.
I mean,
well, yeah, no,
that's I mean, it's a generalized. It's not all right. Everybody's going to be paid on January 23rd or something. It's not going to be that.
No,
so it's not going to be a specific day, which, I mean, it kind of still leaves people up in the air, which I understand. But again,
the only reason to bring it up too is because I would feel that it's counterproductive for them to promote, next year's VXG to the American, to the FG American public if these players haven't been paid yet.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. So you should keep that in mind and use that as an indication to know that there is a lot of pressure on the organization itself to ensure that you're paid, because we're losing valuable marketing time, which takes away from our sponsorships, because if our sponsors aren't marketed, we don't get anything. So that's the level of urgency that the organization has to make sure everyone is paid. So it is a valid point that you bring up. We can't do any effective marketing if that's the situation at all, because
is VXG still gonna happen next year? I mean, this year?
Yes, there will be a VXG 2014. We did have a proposal on the table to try to move it to a later month, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like that'll be possible. So we are stuck with July again. But yeah, VXG 2014 is happening. The qualifiers, the way it was last year, won't happen again like that. It's gonna be a different. It's gonna be a different kind of a different way. Let's just put it that way. So there are some people from the U.S. that are going to be flown in. But the method in which we select them is going to be different.
Okay.
How are they going to host another event without having paid all these people yet?
Just do the
exactly.
math.
That's the point. That's exactly the point. We're not hosting an event without having paid everyone.
They're going to make sure that they're going to make sure that people from the last tournament are going to be taken care of before they even start pushing the new one.
All right. Can I ask you one other question, Rolando? So how about the next VXG? Is it gonna take the same amount of time before you pay the winners of that event? Would it be the same exact thing as as 2013?
No, what we're looking, because we learned from the kind of things that caused the delay. We're looking at exactly what the best method of payment is. So in other words, if it means that we're gonna have to cut back prices just to make sure the prices are less, the prices might be less. I'm not going to discount that possibility. The prize pool could be a bit smaller just to make sure that whatever we commit to is easily committed to immediately. All right? But it's not going to be the same, no, because we learned from that, and we can't rely on the same level of sponsorship. So we need to look at what comes in right away in terms of funds and dedicate that to prizes, and what comes in at in installments and stuff like that. We need to use that to deal with other bills. For example, if we got to pay the hotel, we'll tell the hotel, hey, you can accept an installment slowly from this sponsor. Whereas, so it's kind of about appropriating the resources differently. That's kind of the mistake that was made this year, and that's what we need to do differently next year. That is how we're going to decide, well, this is going to be the prize pool next year.
Okay.
And also, like you also mentioned, and I think me, you, and Kevin had discussed that at VXG. We should put exact payment details in advance on the website and stuff like that, so people know what the procedure is. We will do that this time, because it is admittedly something we didn't do this year, and it took everyone by surprise. We're going to make sure that all of the details on how payments would be are there in advance. But I'll tell you this. I mean, for me personally, I don't think the prize is going to be as big. I don't see that happening again. There's many tournaments that have cut back, based on attendance and based on the industry, based on the support from video game companies.
Fighting games are dying. Fighting games are dying.
I was just going to say that likely the biggest prize pool is going to be FIFA 2014, which had like the largest number of participants, and EA Sports is actually interested in sponsoring. So it's a bit hard for us to front the money constantly. I mean, Capcom gave us great support. I'll admit that. Capcom supported the event very well, but of course, Capcom is going to be disappointed in the negative reaction that we got from the community. So it's going to be very hard to impress Capcom again and make sure that they can be on board the same way they were last year. You know what I mean? So it's going to take time to build it back to that point primarily because of this mistake. All right, awkward silence.
I mean, it doesn't, to me personally, again, this is me personally, because I'm not going to these events to get paid. I got a job for that. But, again, I said it before, even busting my ass, Neo, was fun. I had a good time at the event outside of the tournament.
I'm not gonna lie, I had the best time outside of the tournament. I had a good time. It's just when the tournament started, you already know, James.
Yeah.
You already know. Like, I just couldn't take it.
Yeah.
So all of that stuff, man, it's gonna be addressed. It's not like, especially you, Andre. I know you will get the feeling from me, but it's just a matter of, look, if the communication wasn't working right between me and you, it's best you communicate with the other guys and they get what you're saying, and everything you've told them, they've gotten it, and I've heard it, and it's being applied. It's just as simple as that. So all of those things that are going to be improved for next year are going to happen. And I just keep, like I said, I keep thinking on the words that, John and Joe told me at ECT, man. You got to, you can go as low down and think, oh my God, this is over. But I gotta keep doing it, man. I got to do what I got to do to make sure that everything is taken care of. I just can't not do it. You know what I mean? I just got to keep trying my best. And like Johnanthan said, pay the players. Just do what you got to do my work. I mean, this is my first and the last time I'm probably going to be on a stream until VXG. But because I just got to do what I got to do. Simple as that. So, yeah. And you guys, I said like 100 times I'm going to sleep and I won't wake up tomorrow morning thanks to you guys. But it's all good. I got to say, I missed the On Black show. It's a lot of fun, James, as always. Shout outs to all the listeners. Thanks for tuning in and watching the show. Yeah, thanks for everyone for coming on. And I'm sorry that it felt like a hostile conversation, but yeah, it is what it is. At least we got some of that stuff off our chest.
And we'll talk. I mean, like I said, I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah, man, we'll talk for sure, James.
All right,
thanks
brother.
for the opportunity. We'll catch up. Andre, hit me up on Skype.
I will.
All right, cool, man.
All right, man. Now, guys, I understand, like I said, I understand your frustration. And, Ryan, I know, like I said, and I've told you, privately, you have every fucking right to be pissed. But, going on Twitter and telling them, go fuck your mother, it doesn't make the money appear. And I know you're content with saying, like, well, fuck it, it's gone, I'm not going to get it. But if there's a chance of getting it, why wouldn't you? I mean, if you're writing it off, then it's money that you get, you're like, oh, fuck, that's kind of cool. It's like I get royalty checks, and all of a sudden I get a check for fucking $50. I'm like, all right, that's a couple of packs of cigarettes. I wasn't even expecting it. So, I mean, if you write it off, that's fine. But, I do believe, and again, I can't speak for Rolando. I'm not Rolando, and I'm not VXG. But I don't think if this organization wants there to be a VXG 2014, that fucking the American people is any indication of there being a successful one. Because other people will see it and they go, well, what the fuck am I going to go for? If they fucked Americans, they're going to fuck everybody.
Well, here's my thing on it. Like, when I looked at I just think the prize money was really too high. I think when you get sponsors, because here's the thing, I have a lot of sponsors, but I'm not putting all that money towards the pop bonuses. No offense to the players, but there's other costs that are more important. There's equipment costs, AB costs. I took some of the the sponsorship money and I bought equipment. So for the long run, I have equipment to run events next year. You know, you can't. I don't know how he did the money. I don't. I just know when I saw the pop bonuses, I said, "Wow, this is rivaling Evo." To be very honest, but you know, people try. You know, he tried to make it as big as Evo, and honestly, I call it the MC Hammer effect. And what that means is he listened to the wrong people, or he didn't see things before it was too late. We don't know.
He owes a lot of people money. Yeah, that's exactly like fucking MC Hammer.
Yeah, he ends up owing
everybody money.
And here it is, he has nothing to actually pay. It's like he's sitting here trying to figure out, you know, when he's getting that check from someone else.
Yeah, like you have to do everything with like a long-term plan. When I started Apex, God, I sound stupid when I say this. When Apex started in 2010, 2009, I had a plan. I had a 5-year plan to go from just a 200-300 person tournament to go to becoming what I wanted it to be. I had my rocky road, I had my ups, and I had my downs. But I knew what I needed to do. I needed to grow the actual event name. I needed to grow the aspect of coming there for the experience rather than play, to bring in aspects of conventions. When he says he got too big, he tried to get too big. There's ways to get bigger, but you have to be smarter, and you have to have people who know how to do operations.
Exactly. People did tell him to slow down.
I have somebody who's fucking amazing at it. Mind you, she goes fucking nuts because of it, but, you know, I love her. You know, she just she's my chief operating officer, and she fucking does everything. I do the sponsors. And, you know, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I get decent sponsors. I don't want to say great, but, you know.
No, let me, because I got you three here. I mean, Neo, Justin, and Ryan. Had you guys been paid right and didn't leave, would you still say the tournament sucked? I mean, is it strictly about the money, or the experience in itself was also shitty?
No, James. The tournament was shitty, but the experience, me hanging out with my friends, hanging out with all you guys, was fun. But that could have been like in any other tournament. You understand? Like, well, every time I go to a tournament or an event, it's always fun because I get to kick it with my friends. But I talk about just purely the experience of the tournament. It's a tournament. I mean, the tournament experience alone is just really shitty.
Okay,
that's true.
That's all I'm saying.
Let me say this. A lot of the stuff that Fchamp is saying is basically true. And a lot of it could have been alleviated basically if, you know, I got there on a Tuesday. The tournament didn't start till, what, Friday or Saturday?
Yeah.
I think.
Friday.
Okay? I got there Monday. And they were setting up. Now, they were setting up since Monday. Nothing was updated or anything like that. Like, I couldn't understand why consoles were, you know, that people play these games on weren't updated. None of the monitors were right. A lot of this.
The marble wasn't patched, so you could match grab on whiff.
I remember when you told me that, and I was like, wait, you mean to tell me like the day that you got there, all of that stuff should have been done? Because I kept sitting there saying, I will go in there and I'll test the internet because that's what I was there early. I was there before Hunt, and I was testing the internet, and I was testing other things. I kept telling the guy setting up stuff up, yo, use this internet, use the internet, and patch all these games because I already know most of these.
It was 2011 too. It wasn't even 2012.
Some of them Yun!
Yeah, Yun. No, that Fei Long was too strong.
Fei Long was too strong.
Yo, Yun, and you're done. That's how I feel about it.
I don't know. I mean, I think about this. This all comes down to one thing and one thing only. Fuck all this other piddly dumb shit. You had two people beforehand that could have told him about this shit. I'm sorry to say, Triforce could have told him about this shit. Triforce could have checked it all over. I mean, above all else, he knew what you needed to get your shit together, and he was there for a long ass time.
Wait. Who ran the tournament the first day?
Chris Atala. And then who ran it the next 2 days where everything seemed to run much smoother?
Biggie and Wary.
But wait. Let's get this straight. Me, Biggie, and Zach all sat inside of that room. And
y'all decided to help him out.
Every single bracket. Redid every single bracket. Now, mind you, I'm supposed to be there just to do the stream stuff. I didn't have to go in that room and make sure brackets was done. Zach and Biggie did not have to do that stuff.
But they had more than enough time. They had more than enough time. And I'm sorry to say, even if I was there helping fucking Rolando, I could have brought that up and checked the systems and went, oh, wait a minute, your shit's not updated.
I did that.
It takes you 6 months. If you've been there for 6 months in advance, how the fuck you not going to say system's not updated? Knowing that Rolando didn't know shit, and you that boy that's supposed to be like